Hi guys, how you doing? So I'm back. I have a new do thanks to my amazing hairdresser. I'm getting blonder and blonder by the week. I think I've decided that in a couple of weeks, if I haven't got dragons flying around my head and some eunuchs behind me, I failed at life. I'm going full Daenerys Targaryen, especially after last week's video. Thank you very much. I have had some feedback on that. Most of it, 99%, was amazing. Thank you very much. But there are people who, firstly, have been mean. That's all right. I'm pretty certain that Dave from Romford probably just realised why Lisa from Accounts didn't come back to him after he sent her a special message. Not my problem if you don't like it. But there have been other people who are like, why do you do it? You know, it's quite difficult to be quite personal. You know, what's motivating that? And I can tell you exactly what's motivating that. The night after I did it, I get very anxious about doing these videos. I find it really difficult. I woke up in the morning and there was a message in my Instagram. And it was from a lady in New York whose niece had had a very similar experience to me the week before. 17, 18-year-old niece. And this usually bright and bubbly girl had suddenly started to really question herself. What did I do to make him think that was okay? Should I change my personality? She'd really gone quiet and into herself. Aunt had said pretty much the same thing I had to her, but sometimes you need to hear it from someone else. She watched my video and her aunt came back to me to say thank you because it had really helped her daughter. That's why I do it. I sent out a video about something that made me uncomfortable, and a girl I'll never meet and never know half a world away felt better because of it. And hopefully she might say the same thing to her friends and her daughter one day. It's a pretty cool feeling to know that you can do that. I have to be honest with you. It is quite addictive. I've no intention of starting to sponsor slimming pills or anything else anytime soon. That's certainly not my aim of this, and I don't intend to be a celebrity. Can't think of anything worse. I do it for that purpose, for those emails, because it's really empowering to know that you can make a difference in somebody else's life and use tools like this to do it. It's really cool. For those of you who are being mean, if you've gotten up today, spent 15 minutes of your life making a video and made someone's life better because of it, you're welcome to say what you like about me. If you haven't, bore off. I really don't care. Now, moving on. We're talking about conflict again this week. I've noticed that very suddenly there's been another massive rise. I think people are tired. We're still in lockdown to a degree. Things are opening up. Things are getting better. But lots of us are anxious about what that looks like. The kids have just finished the summer holidays and this time they're not going to have the structure of schoolwork, which I think lots of parents are like, yay, no more teaching the kids. Not realising that that means that they're going to be roaming around, uttering the following phrase on repeat all day, every day. I'm bored. What are we going to do? And a lot of the stuff you'd normally do, we still can't do. So what we're going to do, well, what we shouldn't be doing is arguing with our partners, but a lot of us are. And I've had a couple of phone calls from clients this week, literally on the verge of filing for divorce. I do think there will be an increase in the divorce rate as a result of lockdown. It's inevitable because people have had 4 months to reassess what they want from their lives, to reassess what's important to them. The idea that we're always going to be healthy, fit and have the opportunities that we always have has suddenly been taken away from us. And for a lot of people that looks like major upheaval in their life, and people are making changes. But I also urge those of you who are like, this has been really hard, I am knackered, I can't do it anymore, he drives me mad, she gets on my nerves constantly, I don't like him. Take a step back, stop. I said it in one of my early videos, we did not commit to 24/7 with one person. I couldn't do it with anyone. I am someone who needs a huge amount of my own space. So for living in a 2-bedroom house with my 6'6" husband for the last 4 months has been hard. When I say hard, I mean I know the value, energy rating and room size of every single rental property within a 15-mile radius, and have done for about 2 months because I check them almost every day going, I could live there, I love that kitchen, and just think how it would look without a husband sitting in the corner of it, meandering all day, getting on my nerves, eating all my snacks and generally being a pain. It is really, really hard when you are in somebody else's faces all the time. All those little things, all the little niggles that you probably thought beforehand, oh, it does my head in, stop doing that, get escalated. And then you put into the thing anxiety. What's going to happen with work? What's going to happen with finances? What's going to happen with selling the house next year? What's going to happen with the kids? What's going to happen with my mum, who's maybe shielding? What's going to happen with all of these elements of our life? So we're all a little bit more anxious and stressy about that, which we've known all the way through. But it's a cliche, a true cliche, to say that the first person you will take that out on is your partner. Our partners see the very worst of who we are. Most of us would admit to the fact that our friends would be shocked and horrified if they knew the reality of what our relationships look like sometimes. You would never speak to a friend like that. You would never speak to your family like that. But with our partners, we really push over the lines. It's because familiarity does breed, to a degree, contempt, but also a feeling of safety and security. You feel safe to behave like that because, you know, you can't always have. But you do need to step back and stop, just for a little bit. What we're actually doing is eroding at the foundation of our relationships daily. What we need is to walk away for a little bit. If you're very anxious about lockdown rules, like my partner is, he really is still very anxious about COVID and really doesn't like socialising. That might not look like what you normally do. But putting in place some self-care boundaries will really help to reduce your relationship conflict. One of my favourite influencers on Instagram, Glennon Doyle, and her wife, Abby Wambach, I never pronounce it correctly, the American footballer, spoke the other day about this so beautifully, and I loved it because it's so American. I would have said it a very different way. They shared a video of Abby saying to Glennon that she just wanted to miss her. And I think most women would know exactly what that means. I need you to bugger off so I can actually remember what I like about you again. They were saying it in a really lovely way, but that's what they were saying. Go away so I can remind myself that there are things about you I really appreciate. And right now, I think it's probably the moment for us all to go, actually, we need to go away for a bit, especially if we are going to end up in a second wave, which I'm praying that we're not because I can't deal with it. It's time for us to start to reprioritise filling our personal jugs. We need to think about, well, if he's not making me happy and she's driving me mental, what will make me feel better right now? I don't mean half a bottle of Prosecco. I don't mean doing something silly. And I certainly don't mean filing for divorce, not yet. If you are in a situation where things through your lockdown period have gotten really bad, call a therapist first, because they will at least help you negotiate your way through a separation healthily so that you don't end up with the arguments and the difficulties. There's an amazing lady on Instagram and Facebook called the Divorce Goddess, Tosh Britton. Please give her a look up. She can help you with advice and support. Join her community. She's fantastic. But don't just rush into it. Give it time. We are not in a normal situation. And yes, this will have revealed cracks in your relationship, but all cracks are fault lines from which you can build and grow. You can fix that if you know what they are, but you have to acknowledge it and your part in it too. And the only way you can do that healthily is if you are taking a break to do the things you love and enjoy so you can drop the stress. So this is my permission to you to go get drunk. I'm going to what I call the Stanborough Arms. It's my local garden pub, which I've created in my own head. It's an excuse for me to just lie around and be a drunken witch, basically, in a field. Do whatever it works for you. You might go running. I was so desperate to get away from my family, I ran 100 kilometres last week. I have 2 toenails missing. It's amazing. I'm not doing that again. Maybe next time I'll bike. But do what you need to do, whatever fills your jug. I'm not talking about rubbish self-care where you go out and buy things. That might help, but it's more like a McDonald's version of self-care. What I'm talking about is the real stuff. The phone calls with friends, the taking the time to visit family, the being really honest with someone you trust about how shit you're feeling and letting them help you without judgment. It's the things that will heal you enough to have clear, sensible views about how you want to go moving forwards. Recognise your own temper. If you're getting escalated, if you're getting heightened, if you're being an arse, step away, take a break. You don't have to apologise if you don't want to, but stop. It's futile and pointless, and you're not going to make progress behaving that way. It is human, but think in terms of where do I want my relationship to go in the future, rather than why can't he stop doing that really bloody annoying thing right now? See you soon, guys. Bye.